like, oh man, I was scared, Gangsta, we thought you were gonna come do this and this, but I've never like witnessed it.
What makes a legend for you? Like, how do you define what a legend is, a street legend?
I used to always tell people when I was in prison that I'm a living legend, right? A legend is someone that is known in your city, he got money, the new thing they say now, he was a stepper, you know, someone that had the nice car that had the attention of the people, you know, because you got guys that was in the game that was getting money, but people don't know them. So now it's like, okay, yeah, you was getting money, but you was underground. Whereas, you know, in today's society, when you out in the forefront and people know who you are, okay, man, he a legend, man, because he did this, he came through with the rag tie. He's the first one with the TVs in the car. He's the first
doing some legendary shit.
Right, you know, so.
Was there ever a situation where you pulled that thing out, planning to use it, and someone talked you out of it?
Hey, bro, it was a rule back then. If you pull it, you gotta squeeze it. Mandatory. Mandatory, but that was unheard of. See, they got this thing that they be calling clutching, and man, we didn't do that back then. When we went to go get out, man, listen, let me tell you something. It's only two guys that I shot that lived, and I was like, after that, I pledged to lead to the gun, I would never let somebody else live again, because I know you're a target, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't never did nothing goofy like that. No.
Explain what is like now that you out, what is the new shit that you see that's just goofball shit?
Man, brother, social media, period. Like these guys getting on social media, they putting their address on there, they putting how they say, drop your location.
Drop
man,
your location. Yeah.
Bro, ain't no way in the world I'm about to tell somebody, oh, I'm gonna be at this club tonight. Man, listen, man, you know how dudes be laying? Bro, let me tell y'all something that I ain't never told you. It's gonna be in my document. I'm gonna drop something on y'all. I was at a club, I heard that. I was at Club Detour. Club Detour is 2 blocks, like straight down 2 blocks from the Methamphetamine Project. We was beef with the Methamphetamine Project. So I'm in Stone Brevard. He had a black Brevard with the gold edition one night. I leave my gun under the seat. I had a Mac, I leave it under the seat, but I park up on the neutral ground, right? Right across the street from the club. It's on Martin Luther King, Saratoga, but there's a house there now. So I'm in the club, you know, hanging out, girls on my line, I'm trying to see who I'm gonna hit tonight, you know, who I'm gonna go bring to the hotel tonight. So a dude come in, yo, Gangsta, you in the black Bravada out, the black truck out there on the news? I said, yeah, why, what's up? He said, man, it's like about 4 or 5 dudes at the MILF looking in the truck, man, they got choppers. So they got a police named Robbie out the MILF, right? I said, Robbie, listen, man, I need to walk me to my truck. Then what's up? I said, man, you know how these dudes be hating on me, I need to walk me to my truck. So I got escorted to my truck, then I gave him a few dollars, so he followed me from Martin Luther King in Saratoga, we turned on South Boulevard to Sale Street, and he let me go like 4 or 5 more blocks, and I was able to get on away from him. Yeah.
So I was just gonna ask, you know, we talked about the social media. I seen a picture of you recently where you was in the club with 2 automatic weapons. So,
That was the old picture.
yeah, that's an old picture.
Yeah.
But you know, no, of course not. Do you think that you would have been one of the if you was back then now today, the gangster that we know back then today, do you think that would have been a picture you posted online?
No, because right now, and for all y'all who out there doing it now, pay attention. The feds are watching. They take those pictures, like my son is in the Fed now, my youngest son, my youngest boy, I got 5 boys. My youngest son in the Fed fighting Rico, he got 2 murders. And he, out of the whole, it's 11 of them on indictment, he the only one in the indictment where the feds take his Instagram and I think a Snapchat, whatever the other stuff he had, where he posting those foreign guns, the different names they got now. I said, call, I said, bro, don't be doing, oh dad, I don't do, I just ride my dirt bike. All the while, he was wilding, you know, and they took, it's in the indictment that the pictures he posted with the gun, they using that against him.
It's crazy.
We was debating, how did you get in the nightclub with the 2 choppers?
Because, all right, let me show you how I'm gonna do
How does
this.
that happen?
But that's a wild ass.
Listen, all right, back then, you gotta understand, back then, because I don't, the person that still is living now. So, but we had females, right? They had purse, like I got stabbed in the fair. What they do is they gonna search the guy, but they don't search the women. Yeah. So the guys out the mouth, who we was beefing with, they were smart. They caught us slipping. It was me, Mosquito, OG Booby Black. We was in the Superdome. The Dome had a fair called, it was a Coca-Cola fair. And we saw some guy we were beefing with. And my thing was, we had a thing was, where we see you is on site, where we're gonna fight, we're gonna step, we're gonna do whatever. So I ran up and hit one of these guys, man. The other one, he upped the knife. I didn't see the knife because he had his head down. He hit me right in the chest, right? I got a mark right here where my lungs collapsed and everything. Yeah, so, and it's the same guy in jail. Now in jail, the Magnolia, Melford, and Kelly, we the only ward, the third ward that got 3 projects in our ward. I used to help him fight in prison now. Mind you, not in prison, in our parish jail, like y'all would call the county jail. We the only state that have parish. So in our jail, I would help him fight because he's out the third ward. Like a month or so later, here we in the fair now, we beefing now. Yo, you out this project, I'm out this project, so no more cool, you know.
That's crazy.
And he stabbed me. He the one stabbed me. I helped him fight in jail. Yeah.
Now you mentioned a lot of beefs. You mentioned the Magnolia versus 10th Ward. In the 90s, what would you say was the probably most intense beef between projects or hoods?
Not with us. Do I include me?
Not including you, but also the one you probably were involved in as well.
See, the Magnolia, we had beef with, the Magnolia didn't beef with the 17th Ward before. The Magnolia didn't beef with the 10th Ward. The Magnolia didn't beef with the Melford Project, the Callio Project.
Which one was the most intense? Like where you're just like, man, this is a war.
I'm gonna say the 10th Ward because one time they came back there on a truck cranking up a gun. This was back in the early 90s.
Again,
Yeah, them boys wasn't playing, man. Them boys would come back to our project. And I say our project, but back then I had just like really became a Magnolian. Can I say that?
yes.
Okay, cool. And I was young, you know, I was a youngster, but I was squeezing, but I was young, you know. So I'm seeing these guys coming through. They tearing my project, you know, tearing the project up. So as I start, you know, getting my footing, you know, hold up, man. It got a line now. Y'all don't come across this. All right now. So we start going back. You know what I'm saying? And you got then the Melford project clicked with us, and they start going back there. And I got 2 friends, two of my best friends, man. One was my co-defendant for juvenile. They'd been locked up in Angola for 30 years for a murder they didn't commit. In the 10th Ward, they didn't commit this murder, but the guy who was a juvenile didn't say it was them, and the guy who did it, he's up there with them right now. They've been locked up for 30 years, man, for a murder they didn't commit. But I would say the 10th Ward in Magnolia. But it's up for, if you ask someone else, they're gonna say the beef with us and the Callio. Because the Callio guys, they were feared. Just imagine how people talk about me. Think about them. Exactly. I'm talking about, and some of them I think was notorious than me, I would say. They had some gangsters back there, but the thing was we ran together. We ran together in 93, so it was like we was clicked together. So if we had beef, if I couldn't get to you and you go in there, Cali, you think you gonna hide from me, and you'd be like, yo, you know, such back, all right, crush it for me, I got you. You said we trade and we helping each other out. But we fell out when they killed Mosquito in 96. You know what I'm saying? So people would say the Magnolia and Callio beef. I think it's the 10th Ward and Magnolia beef. You know, but
What is something that you've seen start a beef that was like, I can't believe we out here riding over this. Like, I just can't believe we about to be into it for a couple of months behind this.
honestly, man, nothing. Because back then we was young and ignorant. We didn't care. We had a thing, this our thing we had is in jail and on the streets. Whether my homeboy right or wrong, we riding with him. And now you wrong, we'll take you later. Man, you know, you was down bad for that goofy stuff, but we ride. So back then we was triggered. We just wanted to beef with somebody. We didn't care. Then we got into it with the Gotti boys, you know, at the MILF. So they had a gang fight around a club, around a detour I'm talking about, in the MILF, like 2 blocks from the club, you know. So we didn't care back then. We didn't care what the beef was. We just needed somebody to go test our weapons out on. So we didn't care.
Wait a minute. So you buy like a new gun and be like, I ain't used this hoe yet. And
man, listen, it was so many. Let me tell you something. It was so many guns in my project. One time I had a 270. It took 5 bullets. Had a scope. You could hit the person like, it's a little sniper thing on it, right? It was a big old gun. So I liked the gun because it was big. You could hit a person long ways, right?
yeah.
Man, I walk in the courtyard one time, my gun just laying in the grass, and that's just how many guns we had in the project.
Damn, laying in the grass.
Just laying in the courtyard in the grass, like nobody didn't care about that gun.
How accurate were you?
I wasn't one of, I never did a drive-by. When I was in the mud, when I was in the streets, I'm gonna get out and walk up because I know if you go shoot at somebody and you miss them, you the target.
So you never went to like actual gun ranges?
Yeah, in the project.
In the project. we shot some shit.
Yeah. Man, them people everybody let us go in there and talk down, man. No, we ain't do that.
What's your definition of a street nigga?
Now or then?
Both.
Well, back then it was somebody who hit the streets. People knew not to play with them because like now with the social media, you got these fake pages, so you can hide behind there and be internet gangsters. Back then, you had to stand 10 toes down and let a person know, look, this is me, this is what it is, this is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like when we made a move on the Melf, they came and shot up our predator to shoot down anybody, to shoot it up, right? So we let them know, look, man, that was us that did, that was we did that. So now they know who to come looking for now because don't come back here shoot down anything and anybody, you know. Back then, it was man on man. Now, it's all kind of sucker stuff going on. I'm happy I'm on the couch now, man. I'm happy I'm out the way, bro, because there's a lot of stuff that go on, bro. I be like, bro, ain't no way in the world he'll see tomorrow playing like that, you know? And one thing I learned about the game is somebody in your hood who don't like you.
Always.
And somebody in your hood who need money.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? And I be like, boy, it's so easy to, man, listen, I am so happy listen, man.
Hey, listen, they try to always pull you back, just pull you
They
back
ain't
down.
gonna pull me back. How could I miss all this? And you think I'm gonna go back to prison 20-something more years than you just had Hurricane Chris right
We
here.
just had Hurricane Chris
Hey,
right
baby.
Hey, Mr.
Shout out
Hey,
Hurricane
baby.
Chris.
Nah, for real, Louisiana in the building, goddammit.
Bro.
Shout out Hurricane Chris.
Hold up, shout out to King Rockstar.
Nah, hey, there you go. Talk about
Bro.
it. Talk about it.
Bro,
Nah, for
you
real.
think I wanna go back to jail? I'm around some young legends, man.
Man, talk about it. Talk
I'm
about
enjoying
it.
this stuff, boy.
Now,
Old man like me.
talk about it. Nah, for real. Enjoying the fruits.
Man.
Y'all
make sure y'all get
no, you're not for real. Hey, we gonna go all the way through there because I want them to know. Gangsta, the original hot boy on YouTube. We're gonna go all the way through
Get
there.
that.
What you responded to Wack100
Yeah.
when he called y'all fake brothers.
Right.
You and Birdman.
Right. That was long overdue.
Yeah.
When I first came home, Wack, and I even say this here, Wack produced a text message. I believe that text message because I know the gang baby played. And because you gotta keep in mind, Birdman and I used to we used to get 300 minutes in the feds. And honestly, I want to say from 150 to 200 of my minutes to go to him. If I was sneak and call somebody else, call out of Bernard, he'd be like, man, what's up, man? You called all them H's, man. You ain't call me? Bro, I used to have to call this man just about every day. That's how tight we were. And I used to give him game. School him, look, do this, man, look, do this. So I know the little crackhead mind games he played. And I know how people dance to his music. So when Wack produced that, I was like, all right, cool. But I'm like, oh, who is this guy? You know, but I'm not really thinking about it. So now, once I started getting hit, Queen France hit me to the social media. So once she hit me to the stuff, I'm like, yeah, but I ain't into that. But then I started seeing this is the way of life, this is where people act. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I got a nonprofit organization. I want to reach out to the at-risk youth.
Yeah.
But first I got to get out. I got to let people know who I am. So when she started hitting me, showing me, like, I'm still learning. I don't know how to work the iPhone, so I put that down. I got an iPhone 13 at the house. I don't know how to work that. But
Shout
my
out to
Galaxy,
Androids.
I'm good with that.
Shout out to Androids.
Yeah. I can work this here. You can't miss me with this.
There you go. Shout out to Android.
But yeah. So when I heard him, and then one of the homies was on there arguing with him, and I was like, that was good for the homie to defend my honor, you know. I was like, okay, I got him. So when Boosie presented the thing for me and threw me in the alley hoop, I was like, okay, now, and I see how the social media go crazy about this stuff. I said, okay, now, and I'm monetized now. I said, oh, okay, I got it now.
There you go.
You know, it take me a little time, I'm an old man, but